child, because that is a sign of paganism. Sometimes it happens to some of us where, I have a brother who told me once, my wife's given birth. I said, oh, mashallah, what did you have? He says, oh, we had a girl. Why say that? We say, mashallah, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, mashallah. Why do you want to say, oh, girl? And if it was a boy, you say, wow, she's given birth to a boy. Up to today, people believe that. And up to today, people think that, some cultures and some countries not very far from yours, they would abort a child if the scan shows it's a female. That is the pagan Arab. So that's how they treat the women. And then we want to say that, no, they are fine. That's how they treat their women. Islam says you dare do that. وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيِّ ذَنبٍ قُتِلَتْ. Allah says in the Quran, that female child who was buried alive because she was female will be asked on that day, what was your crime and why did they bury you? She will be asked. And those who buried her will be held responsible. Allahu Akbar. Look at the status of a female. So now they say, when Islam came, Islam said, you should not bury your female children, number one. Number two is, you will not inherit a female, because what they used to do, if Jack owes John some money, when Jack dies, Jack's daughter goes to John as a compensation for that amount. That's what used to happen at the time, at the pagan times. And another thing is, when Jack dies, his wife automatically goes to John. No say. And perhaps his mother and daughters and everyone else also goes. And they are all as though they are slaves in John's home. Allahu Akbar. Islam says that is prohibited. Not only will we prohibit that, but Islam adds something higher. A woman shall be looked after by a man as an amana. As an amana. Because the hadith says if a person has had 3 female children, and one narration says 2 female children, and he looks after them, and he gives them a good upbringing, and he gets them married off to good spouses, he will have Jannah in return. Clean. He will have Jannah in return. How will he have Jannah in return if the woman was not even supposed to be of value? One of the reasons is, when you have a female, you are bringing her up in order to go to be married off to another man. So you will give her away one day. And it's not easy to give your daughter away one day. May Allah make us responsible husbands. And may Allah make us responsible fathers. And may Allah make our sisters responsible mothers and wives. Now, a woman is taken care of. Does she need money? The answer in reality is no, she doesn't need it, because her food, her clothing, her accommodation, and her necessities are all taken care of by the man with the instruction of Islam. Islam instructs a man to look after the necessities of a woman. So her clothing, her food, her accommodation, her medical expenses, and so on, looked after by a male. So he has so much responsibility, because he might have 10 females under his authority. Some daughters, perhaps a mother, perhaps a wife, and so on. So he has so much responsibility. But Allah says, when a person dies and he has left behind a son and a daughter, لِلذَّكَرِ مِثْلُ حَظِّ الْأُنْثَيَيْنِ, the daughter, although she does not need any money, Allah says we will give her half of that which we will give the male. So the male will collect double on condition that they are related to the deceased in the same way. And if you look at it properly with your eyes, the female, say for example 75,000 ringgit, the male will get 50,000, the female will get 25,000. Did you hear that? The female's 25,000, she can put it on the side. She can invest it. She can do what she wants with it. The man's 50,000, he has 10 women to look after, including that sister of his. So how much did he get for himself? Nothing. It all averages out to less than 5,000 each, because he's the 11th. So a man has responsibility. He's been given a bigger amount to fulfill the responsibility. A woman will always be looked after by the closest male relative. That's the Islamic ruling. Whoever is your closest male relative, it can be your husband, your adult child, it can be your father later, meaning at a certain stage, in the initial stages, and perhaps later on if all these people around you have disappeared and so on, and perhaps even your brother, if he happens to be the closest male relative to you. And if he does not fulfill the responsibility,